today you're gonna need your thinking caps on.
Lead on, because we're Moorelands kids. Lead on, and we know where we're going. Yeah, we're all here to spread some cheer and help you all to grow. With our HQs and me and you, come with us and you'll know. Lead on, because we're Moorelands kids. Lead on, and we know where we're going.
Hello everyone, Jodi here, back for another Moorelands Lead On. Today we will be crafting but also exercising our brains, and I'm excited to get into that. But first we need to go over our leadership habit and quality. Our HQ for the week is take care of yourself inside and out, and that is mixed with citizenship. So taking care of yourself inside and out is using, I think the most easiest answers for people are usually like eating healthy, getting exercise, all of those things. Yes, we should be doing, sleeping more, all very important, drinking water. Those are very easy answers. I think ones that people forget is that you should also be, as much as you're exercising your body, but exercising your brain. So we also have like never stop learning in there as well, as you should be always challenging yourself and always growing, hence No Grow Show. And we mix that with citizenship, because once you've taken care of yourself, you can also be engaged in your community, and that's very important. So that's knowing the rules, following them, volunteering, getting to know the people so that you feel connected and are aware of what your community needs. That is all very important part of citizenship. So the way that we're doing that today through our craft is that we are going to just be drawing, which is fine, and I'm going to challenge myself, and I hope you can challenge yourself as well with this, is that I'm going to draw a community I'm part of on a piece of paper. And then why that's challenging is, instead of doing where I live around my house, which I have been spending a lot of time walking outside and I'm very familiar with, because I see it every day at this point, is I'm going to do the communities that I work in for our after school blast programs, which is Thorncliffe and Flemington Park. So I haven't been there since mid-March, unfortunately. I miss everyone very much. So I thought it would be a nice challenge and a nice way to remember and think about program by drawing the communities where I spend so much time every single day back when we were allowed to work, being able to go and spend so much time getting to know everyone there, spend the time with our families and our participants at our schools. So my challenge today is I'm going to draw Thorncliffe Park, a map, and Flemington Park, a map, the area surrounding our schools. So what I'm using for that today is a pencil, some markers, and a paper. I've also started to, before I did this, I sat down for a long time and I started to think about the neighborhoods, imagine the paths that I walked every single day or drove every single day as I got people supplies and visited. So I wrote down everything I could remember to help guide my drawings. So that might be helpful to you as well. If you don't want to draw a map and you'd rather draw people in your community, that's great too. You can just draw portraits if you'd like. All works. So let's get started. Okay, so I have finished parts of Thorncliffe and Flemington Park community. Since I am not anyone who's very good with maps or things, none of this is to scale, which also means I could have continued on adding papers to fill in the other things that I've missed, but I did the best with what I got skill-wise. So this is Thorncliffe Park, where we spend most of our time in program, is right here in the school. So this is the school. This is the park outside the school for apartments or condos, basically anywhere where anyone lived, just to simplify it, because this actually took pretty long to do. I've just put homes because wherever you live is your home. So I have homes in red. I did color code things because I enjoy that, but it was quite fun to sit and think about all of this. This is where probably you can't read all the different things, but most importantly, this is the east, aside from the school, right across from it is the East York Town Center, where I also spend a lot of time shopping for program and meeting up with people. So I did write TNO because it's kind of in this back part where there's the driveway. So TNO is very important, and they're right there. We also have the food basics. There's I think it's Chubby Chicken. This is where names and me don't get along very well. And then there's a pizza place. There's Tim Hortons, the Shoppers. I put little entrances because I kind of remembered where they were. Along here is where a bunch of new stuff is. So it's like the Once Upon a Child, A&W. There's another chicken place. And there's also, I believe, an entrance to a gym. And one of the newer exciting things going on is that I believe it's St. Mike's Hospital is creating a kidney dialysis clinic. So that's what's being built right there. I do have the gas station and oil change place. I don't remember which ones it is. As I've said before, names, not really my strengths. So I did the best that I could there. I also put in the food basics parking lot kind of off to the side, but I thought it should be mentioned anyway. So there is another gas station, and there's also a kebab place that kind of floats in the middle of that parking lot. Across the street we got Costco. This is what gave me the most trouble. I couldn't remember if the funeral home, because keep in mind I haven't really been in Thorncliffe Park unfortunately since before March break. I believe there's it goes Costco, funeral home, and then the Salvation Army in Swiss Chalet Plaza, but part of me also wanted to put it after the Costco, but I'm pretty certain it's in between, because I know there's more buildings and centers that go on that way, but this one kind of gave me the biggest trouble. And I know once we reach the intersection here, I did put crosswalks with yellow, so the new one in front of the school is here. I know there's another one down here, but that's what the yellow is. Hopefully the camera can pick it up. I know I had to recolor the schools because they weren't really needing it. I put Parkhurst up here, and then there's a lot of factories and businesses in here. It seems like I'm also food oriented because I can remember there's like a pizza place, a kebab place, Popeyes, more food. There's a walk-in clinic here, something else that's different. So one of the things that I had trouble with as well is I believe there's a laundromat here, but then I was second guessing myself and trying to think it was a dry cleaning. So I just put clothes washing. So let's Thorncliffe Park in a sitch. And of course we've got the bridge and there's a crosswalk here. One thing that I didn't really line up was that there is an intersection kind of here, and there's nursing homes and there's a church. And then of course there's the bridge. So of course we got Valley Park and also Go Green over here, and this is their big field and cricket field and everything that goes on there. We do have Mark Garneau here. I put to the DVP is this way from the intersection. Once again, gas station, we got a lot of homes. The Flemington Health Center is also along this pathway, and more homes. And that's where we get to Gateway, because this is Don Mills here. So this is where it started to get exceedingly crowded, and I also wanted to add another one on, but the arena is this way, Blessed John is right here, we got Gateway Public School, then we got Flemington Park. So this part is kind of the soccer end of things. There's baseball at Diamonds and tracks here. People also use it for cricket. And then further off the map, there is Playground Paradise and the basketball courts. And once again, we're in another plaza where there's the Sunnies that we shop at. And I just put so many sources and stores because there's a lot going on in here and I couldn't label them all or fit them all in. But I know there's some wonderful stores and organizations in there. There is the Shoppers Drug Mart and Sushi that you can see from the side. Tim Hortons, I believe, I struggled with this as well. I think it was there's a sub place, and I think a pita place in there, and I think there's another one too, but I couldn't quite remember. Of course, the McDonald's. If we come around the corner here, we have a church and another church, more homes, Grenoble Public School, this is Grenoble Drive. And then I did put the little park there that's off to the side, and more homes going that way as we go. So this, I don't know if I said it, but the Science Center as well. This was a lot of work and a lot of thinking and trying to figure out where things were in relation. Probably would have been helpful if it was to scale, because I probably could have fit more in on my papers, but I was quite pleased with my drawings and was happy to think about the communities that I miss working in currently. I will sit this way. I think the most important part about this is just really getting to know your community and getting to know what's in it and where you spend your time, and most importantly, if you are spending your time in certain stores or spots, getting to know the people in them. And that's really where the citizenship piece comes in, is being involved in your community and knowing what's going on in it. So thank you very much for joining me today. I'd love to see what you have as a list or as a drawing for your community. But for right now, Moorelands kids, we out.